Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special episode of the Division Z podcast. My name is Jason.
And I am K Cosmic.
Today, we are joined by two special guests. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
What's up, boys? My name is Caleb. Nice to see you.
And I'm Zazu. I was gonna say Caleb's name. I was gonna jump before him and be like, Roasting the Great. Roasting the Great.
I had to jump in before you did that because I was going to jump on you.
All right, so today, as you guys can see, we have these two special guests on for a special reason. We have some Zombies for Charity news to share with you guys. Or I don't have news to share with you guys. More like they have news to share with you guys. So I guess without further ado, the floor is yours, guys.
Alrighty.
It's been a while. First off, I feel like I just gotta say it's been a minute. It's been a while since anything was usually related. And so yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Awesome.
I think
there's something special with this one that is it's gonna be interesting.
This one's very special. I believe the first thing that is gonna be revealed kind of before we say anything, but the logo, obviously, the logo is brand new. It is something that we spent a lot of time on critiquing and making. And Zazu, do you want to explain the significance of the logo?
So this I'm not gonna say what. Like, there's this big thing that's kind of happening in the background that will be revealed during the event. So I just want to say that because there's not gonna be any teasers or anything. It's just gonna be just a bombshell in the middle of it, and that's
okay.
That. So, but this logo is kind of just like, because each year there's like a concept with each one. Like last year, it was like kind of like the retro theme. Honestly, I felt it was gonna be hard to top that because it fits so perfectly that. We might as well just make one logo. That's just it for the rest of the time, and it's that. So that logo is basically what it will be for forever, unless something comes up. But I don't think that'll be the case.
Yeah, it's a nice looking logo. As you guys can see, it's right there on screen, right between them. So yeah, I really like the look of it. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's our franchise logo as we're calling it in the background.
That's a good way to put it.
It's the logo we're using for the end of time until again, like something happens, something changes. So yeah, we thought it looked really nice. Obviously props to our friend Yuja who critiqued that and put it all together. He literally told us that he was like sitting up and he was doing something, he was making different art, and then he was like, I have an idea, and he jumped on another page and then he started making it. But yeah, props to Yuja for putting all that together.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's funny. The story is just it's funny every time. Every time he makes something, it's just him doing something else, and it just appears in his mind. It's funny. He has something special. I feel
spontaneous creation.
Yeah,
he
was
a great thing to have in our making. He was big in our creation for different types of stuff. Like he made our logo last year as well. He made the design with like the 80s carpet with like the perk logos and like in the background.
Nice.
He made that as well. So yeah, he's been a huge help with all the logos and stuff. And we're just happy to have him on board with all this type of stuff.
Nice. Well, that's pretty cool.
We also should we announce the one of the players in Captain?
Oh yeah,
all
right. Let's announce the player first because they have some significance towards one of the podcast hosts.
Oh.
Okay,
Alicia.
This is new to me. Really?
So we have Alicia as
That's
a player because we know you and Alicia play a lot.
She's been killing it though. Like
she really does.
She's really doing well in terms of the gaming scene. I feel like.
Yeah, she's really kicking ass. She's really putting in some hard work. So I'm really happy for her that she's involved in this.
Yeah, we were supposed to have her involved last year, but things that was like very, very last minute and things came up. But we're like this year, we're like let's have her in this year because she was interested last year, so we have her in as a player this year.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Our captain, which a little drum roll. Our captain is going to be the one and only Kingman from ZWC.
Very nice.
Very nice again.
So yeah,
Very nice.
Kingman has been he's been a part of ZWC for a long time. He was a player back in ZWC 2. Me and him have always been in talking, and we've always been kind of talking a little bit. We talked a little bit at ZWC, and yeah, he was a part of ZWC as well. Won ZWI. He swept the floor with that. He was really impressive. But yeah, so we thought he would be a a great chance to have him back in for Z4C4. As you know, this year is going to be our biggest year, so we got to get the biggest and best players.
There
Absolutely.
we go. Nice. So we got a couple players revealed there. That's pretty cool. What else? I'm sure a lot of people at home are wondering, what else can you guys share?
Well, the charity we have one
Yes.
figured out.
We do have the
actually-
charity figured out.
All right.
We do have a Zoom meeting later. Well, when we're recording this, so it's going to be different timing. But
Yeah.
so this one is the name of the charity is Center for Suicide Awareness.
Okay.
So they provide like service through well, basically globally, of just people that have some type of mental health stigma. They help. You can message them if you're struggling, having a hard time, or
Mm-hmm.
just they create awareness. So basically, anyone that's like going through just a rough time, job loss, whatever the case may be, they offer emotional support, and it also is free. So
Yeah.
Nice.
that's a real big thing. There is like, if you're, we all know pain, right? We're human, so I think this one will feel close to everyone in some type of way. So
Yeah.
I think it's important that like we create awareness for this, because this is a big deal right now. I
This
think,
is a pretty
and,
big deal, and
Definitely.
Especially in a time like this, yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's this year we wanted to do something the most relatable to everybody, because Z4C1 we had Wounded Warrior Project, which not everyone has a veteran in their family. Z4C2 we did St. Jude's, and Z4C3 we did A Kid Again, which both deal with diseases and stuff that happens in children. And again, we not all of us can relate to that kind of thing, because it's kind of not a huge chance that it happens to someone to you or you're in your family. This year, suicide awareness, it happens everywhere. No matter where you look, it happens no matter where you go. There could be someone you bump into at the store that is dealing with this problem. It's everywhere in the world right now, and I just feel like it's the most relatable thing we could have done this year. It's something that you see everywhere you go. You can't really escape suicide awareness. Unfortunately, you can't, but it's just like that's why we want to bring awareness to this problem, because it's everywhere, and we feel like it's too much everywhere. So it's just bringing
sure.
awareness to this kind of place, and this kind of charity is something that means deep to us. I mean, I know a lot of people probably have lost people to suicide, and it's just it's something that I feel like should never happen, but unfortunately it does. So
Right.
I thought we'd bring awareness to something like that, because everyone can relate to it in some kind of way.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, man. I think it's gonna be a great cause to contribute to, and it makes me more looking forward to the event, because it is something so important for a lot of people. And
Exactly, yeah.
I really think this, like the other charities before, like the other events before, this can really make a difference in people's lives. So awesome, man. That's great to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think with it as well, is like you're saying, it's such like a relatable thing right now, especially with the state the world's kind of in, and people have to like change what they do in life, and stay at home, and it's definitely affected a lot of people, and I think it's definitely a good charity to go with, especially a time like now again.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then with the pandemic, because something I just like to kind of like reference to is like with last year, like something I just like to give perspective on is like the pandemic affect everyone. So like with last year, the kid again, like the things we started needing, like the mask, hand sanitizer, like the kids that were in that program, they need that all the time. So when there was like shortages of that, it really like hurt the family, and it was like scary.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I like, because the pandemic, like it affect everyone, especially mentally, because locked in home for a good amount of time, people losing their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely an increase of this, and so there should be an increase of awareness along with that. And I feel perspective is important with this type of thing, and we all can relate to it. So this one is definitely close to everyone in some type of way, I feel like.
Definitely. And I think that's one of the biggest and most important words that we can all learn about as we go along in our lives. Perspective. Perspective really is everything for any situation in life. And yeah, I think seeing the perspective and seeing that other people, where other people are coming from, and I think empathy is another word that I think people really need to words. Another word that people can really relate to as well, and people can also continue to work on, and people can continue to, just be nice people, and to just, I mean, I know what I want to say, but I can't find the words to say it, and I hate that because I like speaking.
Yeah.
I feel that.
But no, I get it, man. I totally get it, man. Perspective is really everything, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really great.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited, especially this year with the charity event. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Zombies itself is kind of in a slow spot right now. It's kind of in like one of those dead areas. So another thing we want to announce, just so no one can think about this, there will be no Vanguard in Zombies for Charity. No challenges will have Vanguard in it, so don't even think about it.
Oh man, you
Uninstall
mean I don't have to?
Uninstall
You don't mean I have to
it,
high
don't even think
around?
about it.
Oh man, I don't get to high around Terra Maledicta now. Oh
no.
Oh,
Why would
no.
you do that to us? Come on, everyone loves Vanguard zombies.
But that's cool. All right, so no Vanguard.
Literally, when I kid you not, when we've asked a couple people, that's literally the first question we's been asked.
Is
For
there
like
gonna be
we have like 8 players right now. Literally every player asks that same question every time we invite them. They're like, is there gonna be Vanguard? No, there won't be Vanguard. Don't worry. Don't
it's
even
a
worry
valid
about
question. It's definitely a valid question.
it.
I
So-
did make a joke with one of the players. I can't say the name yet because it's not revealed. But I was making a joke with him, like, get ready to speedrun Vanguard. And like, just I could picture the look on the face of the people whenever I said that. It was just
No, please no.
So no Vanguard. I would assume it's gonna be another all Cold War again, so we can have so that the charity has as many people as possible with cross-platform. Is that am I?
Yeah, that's the aim basically.
Okay.
So it'll just be Cold War then, no other previous games.
Probably.
It's too early to tell.
Maybe.
Really,
Okay, that's
Okay.
fair.
We're shooting for Cold War, so 100% Cold War is going to be in it for sure. That's set in stone. Other Call of Duties, we're kind of thinking of ways to work around it and ways to involve. Everyone loves to watch BO3. Everyone loves to watch BO4, and obviously people, IW as well as like a little wild card in there.
Yeah,
Everyone
for
loves
sure.
watching those different types of maps instead of the same old Derize and Drock speedrun, the same old the Giant Easter egg speedrun.
Mhm.
The old classic challenges everyone watches. So we're definitely going to be thinking about somehow seeing what everyone's on, what console everyone's on. So once we get a number of all of our players and all of our captains, then we can probably work around that and see if we could involve BO3 in some kind of way.
Yeah.
But as of right now, Cold War set in stone. We made
Nice.
sure everyone make sure you install Cold War because that is what is going to be 100% in it. We are 100% going to have a Cold War challenge in it. So just
Very nice.
that is very, very set in stone.
Hey man, I would definitely advocate for IW zombies. That'd be really fun
Absolutely,
if people can
that'd
do
be
it.
good.
If people can do it, if there's enough players on the certain teams that have all the same consoles and things like that, I'd totally be down for that. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, especially IW is one of those games that I felt like are overlooked way too much.
Oh, for sure.
Only because of the multiplayer is the only reason why people overlook it. But Zombies in Spaceland, still in my opinion, one of my favorite zombies maps of all time. Would be very fun to watch. Like I don't even know, like an Easter egg speedrun, or even like the boss fight mode, like the side boss fight mode that they have would be kind of fun to watch.
That'd be
To see
good,
first
yeah.
one to do the boss. It'd be cool, like a good tiebreaker if anything were to happen.
Yeah.
But definitely need to think about some things still and try to see how everyone's feeling about all of
Very
it.
We can create
nice.
some rages by the Mephistopheles boss battle.
Oh,
Oh,
don't
boy.
do that
That'd
to
be
us.
fun.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
the challenge is beat Mephistopheles. Good luck.
First one that wins.
Everyone DNFs. So no, I have more faith in the zombies community.
3 hours later.
3 hours for one challenge. That's the event, guys. So last year, there were a lot of players. This year, are you guys looking at more teams, the same amount of teams? You know, what's going on with that? How many teams do you guys want to have or you're aiming to have in this event?
Same amount.
Same amount
Same
as last year.
As of
Okay.
right now, 6 captains, 18 players.
Okay.
So same amount as last year, but things can happen. things
Okay.
things can
Things
happen.
can happen.
That's
Definitely
fair.
Things can happen. So right now we're looking at the same amount, but the world works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
That's all you can really say. And yeah. It's all about what we can really say about that.
Yeah.
Really not much else, but something I do want to announce real quick because this is actually I think everyone would like this in the community. So the other day we posted something. It was one of our first posts back from since August about if you wanted to select a player, who would you choose? Basically, I posted it on Twitter, and we had over 70 likes. We had over 20 comments on it, and we noticed there was a lot of speedrunners that were very interested in Z4C this year.
I see.
So we do want to announce that there is going to be a speedrunner challenge to be a player in Z4C3 or is it 4? Living in the past right now.
I
But,
like this. I
You're
like
in that
this
DeLorean,
idea.
bro.
I'm in the multiverse right now. I'm floating around. But so we're gonna have a challenge. The challenge is not set right now. We just kind of have a general idea. But whoever wins this speedrunning challenge, whoever gets the depends on the challenge, the shortest time, the biggest rounds, depends how we do the challenge. Whoever wins and gets number 1 in that challenge will be in our Z4C4 player pool.
Wow. That's
Just
pretty
so we
cool.
can give all the speedrunners a chance. Whoever wants it the most can get in it. So just to give everyone a chance. It is going to depend on the map, though, because I know a lot of people are different and special at different maps. And I know there's, high round community and, a speedrunning Easter egg community. So we'll definitely find ways to kind of work both of it in, I guess. But yeah, that's just a thought right now that we have right now that's going to be set in stone probably later this month or probably later next month in March. So keep an eye out for that because that's going to be pretty big and a lot of people are going to want to do that.
For sure.
And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
That is pretty cool. I think it's giving me ZWC vibes a little bit where it's like, hey, you want to be in the event, gotta beat a challenge. You gotta win this thing. And yeah, I think that'd be really fun. I think a lot of people would really be interested in that. I can already think of maybe like 4 or 5 people off the top of my head that would definitely do that.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got a lot of DMs, we got a lot of messages, and we're excited to see who's gonna come on top and be in our player pool, and who's gonna stand out from the rest.
Oh yeah.
Should we? And also with that, we have. So last year we did a thing with like Google Forms, where like maybe if you're not like a speedrunner, but you're interested in participating as a player or anything, you can fill out the Google Forms because then we'll just go through. Look at the answers you had in there, check out what type of content you do, things of that nature.
Okay.
And so, and that's like a fair way. Like that, if you submit that, you have as much as a fair chance of winning that as someone maybe that might be significantly bigger. It's just kind of it's like a pool, and we're gonna kind of make it fair as possible, just so you know.
And we're gonna have 4 people from that poll be chosen to be players.
Okay.
So a total of 4 people from that poll will be chosen. Do you want me to say some of the questions, Zazu, just so people have an idea of what's going to be asked?
So they can study for the test.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we have the first one's what's your username? Tell us about yourself, your channel link, your Twitter link, why you're interested in Z4C, why are you a good pick, and what would you like to do, play or help behind the scenes? Just so this year, we have that little option at the bottom. If necessarily, most people don't really think they want to play, but they also want to help the charity as much as they can in any way. So we have that option for anyone that would like to help behind the scenes. Because I know me and Zazu are going to be pulling behind the scenes this year. pulling all the ropes and strings this year and making sure everything goes smoothly. And if you want to come help us and help us in the background, you can. But if you would like to play as well, then you can also put play. Everyone will have the same exact equal amount of chances to get added in, even if you click play or help behind the scenes. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see what kind of people we get from this.
Absolutely, that sounds pretty cool. So it seems like there's just a lot of ways for people to get involved and to really help out this year. There's gonna be a lot of interesting things that I think people are gonna be really interested in. So, yeah, I guess they're not kidding when they say this is going to be their biggest year. They're just adding a bunch of different things. They're adding a bunch of different things and making it bigger and better, guys.
This year is going to be the most fresh and new Z4C we have ever had, I would say.
Ah, okay.
There's one thing that I wish I could say that there's a meeting for it Friday. That's what I'll say. If that works out, that's gonna be awesome.
Boy.
I don't know if we can. Can we say? I don't know if we can.
I'm sure you give us a little teaser.
I mean, that's up to you guys.
Let's just say a gaming website.
We're talking. We're in talks with a streaming platform. Let's just say.
Yeah, actually, that's a better way to put it.
Okay.
I have a couple of ideas.
Same
You
here.
you guys probably know, but
I have a couple of ideas.
Jason probably more than anyone would probably.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, definitely.
There we go.
Definitely now I know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Damn. I hope that goes well, guys. That would be fucking awesome.
It would be, yeah, we're hoping
There are
for the
incredible
best.
people there too. That's all I'll say. Is they're very I don't know, that's just something I realized too with this community is there's a lot of good people in this community. So it's well, if you surround yourself, that is in that way. But
That's true.
You can go to the dark side, and that's Twitter and Reddit.
Go to the trolls, the troll side of Zombies community.
Hey, maybe I dabbled my fingertips in that, and I backed away because I realized it's not a fun way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's gonna be. I'm excited for that because there's a lot we could do with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, plus just getting as many positive community aspects involved as possible, getting as many of those in as possible. It's just a win-win for everybody. And seeing the thing that I'm most positive is the thing that's going to be what you guys are meeting about. Seeing all that incorporated in is going to be really cool. It's going to be really cool.
Changes up how people view it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yes, I think it would change up how people view it. Yes.
It really would.
It really would. It really would. But man, I mean, this event is sounding great. I'm really looking forward to it, man. I mean, it's I want to hear more. But I mean, I don't know if you guys have anything else.
Any more for us?
I don't know. I feel like the community would want to hear more too. But
the Dono link will be up probably. Well, it's hard to kind of correlate that because I'm not sure because we're recording this, so the timing will be weird. Let's just say the weekend of the 24th.
Okay, there we go.
20, yeah, around there. So.
Okay, so within the week of this coming out, the donation link will be up within the week.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So then, so within that'll be up. So you could, if you want to have your own little thing with your friends and use that, feel free.
Very
do that.
cool.
Please actually do that. I advise if you have a group of friends that you want to have fun, do your thing, and you want to use the donation link to help the cause. Yeah, you're free to do so. This is a community effort, so it's all hands on deck on that.
Very cool.
And so we will obviously have our donation pop-ups too, like last year. That'll be fun and gimmicky.
Absolutely.
Also, I do have another thing we can announce.
Oh.
It already was kind of announced, but just to reiterate it, because I don't think most people saw it.
Cool.
This year, except for one, we are going to have a complete fresh set of captains this year.
Very cool.
Yep.
And our first player we announced the other day was Too Bad for Xbox.
I remember that.
And I said that in one of his in a message to him. I said, you've been invited to our player pool. You may not be a captain this year, as Xbox has been a captain in 1, 2, and 3. So
Woo.
Xbox has been a staple in C4C. This year he's going to be in the player pool to keep it fresh, to keep it, keep him in the event, of course, because he definitely deserves to be in this event.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
to keep it a little fresh, so he's going to be a player this year, but he's not going to be a captain. Which again, we announced one of our captains, which is Kingman, and we have a completely fresh set of captains this year, completely new, except for one player, and we'll announce why he is, the only captain that is not fresh later. But things to be announced. But yeah, completely fresh set of captains this year. I'm excited to work with all these new captains, see how they think, see how they draft, especially because Xbox. We always knew Xbox was going to draft Chuck first because that's how it kind of worked out.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I'm excited to see how these new captains kind of look around, see our player pool, and pick around, see who they go and pick and choose. It's gonna be really interesting this year. It's gonna be really fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the entire player pool this year. I think now more than ever, the player pool is going to be more diverse in talent and more just. I think there's going to be a lot of interesting people in this player pool now because of just where we are as a community and who's kind of rising up and who's been kicking ass with content recently. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this player pool.
Yeah, we have a couple returning people. We have a couple of new people that have never been in the event before. So we had to have a mix of people that people that we're familiar with and people that we know and we trust will kick ass and whatever they do. And we also have a couple of new people who we might not be too familiar with, but we already know they're going to be they're going to kick ass in whatever they do as well. So it's going to be really fun to see how some of these new people kind of adapt to this event and how some of these old people will show these new people around.
So it's almost like it's like a ceremonial change of the guard in a way, where you have some newer people coming in when the older people are also kind of there to support them. But it's like it's almost like a thing where they're supporting each other in the community. You know what I'm saying?
It runs so much more deeper than you think. That's all
really?
See, it runs really deep.
Yeah, and all I'll say is I know we set the bar with the merch last year pretty high. We plan to smash that out of the park.
Oh, we plan to smash that merch.
Oh, boy.
Out of the park. Our merch, let me tell you, some of the merch I've seen already that we've designed blows my mind.
Wow.
Blows my mind. It's gonna look fire.
Well, looking forward to seeing that too.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This year we have a lot planned and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good year. That's all I'm gonna say.
Imagine it's just Microsoft font Z for C with like just a solid color. We're like, yeah, we smashed it out of the park.
Just a smiley face.
Don't even put anything on it. Just sell plain white T-shirts.
White T-shirt.
Well, Revive would buy that out, so
there you
That's
go.
true. You'd buy our whole stock. You'd go bankrupt.
I can just tell by the kind of energy you guys are bringing forth here that you guys have a lot of stuff planned, and I can really tell that there's going to be a lot of passion behind this as well. So it's gonna be great. I have a good feeling about this.
I feel like the community with the state it needs stuff like this to happen.
For sure.
Like these community events where you all get together to do some good to help people that need it. So I think there's not a better time for it to come out than like this year again, because the state that the community's kind of in at the moment with Vanguard, obviously. So and I can tell that you guys are very, very excited about the events as well. So it's going to be great to see how it all kind of unfolds and the hype building up to it as well.
Yeah. It's this is gonna. It's so special. This one, it's just special.
I'm excited for you guys to know why. I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to know why it's so special, but it's this year's special. I mean, this year means a lot to me, to Zazu, to people like Yuja, who's helped design all of our stuff, to our friend Soulbound, who's been a part of it since back before it was even called C4C, to Revived Gamer, who's been with us for a while and been super down and with us. It just means this one means it's just so special to all of us. It just is this one hits really deep. For sure.
Wow.
And we're excited. We're super excited.
Then I'm really looking forward to it then. I mean, yeah. Might sound like a broken record, but Let's go for it, man. This sounds great. This sounds great. Really looking
Should
forward
we
to this.
say? I mean, the goal is kind of the same one as last year in a way.
I mean, I kind of said it in the tweet yesterday that we posted.
Yeah.
So, 10K, baby,
wanna
we're hitting it this year.
We want
bro.
to get
10K.
10K.
We're hitting it
10K.
this year.
I
This
think
year's
it's
the year.
doable. I think we can do it.
We were close with 2, and the reason for that was because how long the link was out, and that last year, we were running into some things where we couldn't really have it out the way we would normally have it. So this year, it's like it's gonna be out basically about the same time. So
I see.
I
this
say
year's-
there's probably a very good chance with the amount of time, all the things that are planned out. I think there's a good shot we will get 10K.
Yeah, and just to reiterate what you said earlier, Zazu, when we put out this link, if you're watching this podcast right now, I want you, if it's live, because we're planning to make it live before this podcast goes out.
Mhm.
When this link goes live, we fully advise anyone in the community to do any of your own events with our link. Our link is universal. It is not just for Z4C. It is universal for anyone to use to do anything they want. For an example,
Wow.
Insane Gamer, last year during Z4C3, alongside of us, he did like an after party by himself. He did all of our challenges, and he had his own
Oh,
link. He had
very
our
cool.
link and did his own little challenges. And then he raised an extra $30 for our charity. Like he did his own little event that
Fantastic.
There you
still
go.
kind of had our link into it. So we fully advise any of you guys to put up our link anywhere you can. Send our link anywhere. All the money, it goes straight to Tiltify, which Tiltify goes straight to the charity. There's
Mhm.
no bank accounts included. Nothing goes into any bank account. No computers will be bought. That is a promise. Yeah, just do whatever you can.
It's
to-
not the
if you
face
want
crypto
to.
scam, all right?
You will
It's-
not accidentally buy 20
It's not.
Xboxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's great, and obviously the link to the Tiltify will be in the description of this podcast, so you guys can go and check it out. Copy paste, do your thing with it.
Put it anywhere.
And,
Yeah, 10K. We're getting
yeah.
10K this year. That's
We're
that's
gonna
a,
do
that's a it's not a goal. It's a mindset. We're getting 10K
Exactly,
this
and if
year.
there's any community that can get 10K for a charity, it's this one.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So
Any
it's gonna be
amount
fun.
helps.
gonna be
Dig
great.
in those cushions, grab out those coins, do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. Yeah, $1, even $1 does a lot. $1
Absolutely.
does a lot.
Because that's $1 going towards resources to help people. I think a lot of people, they're, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't donate more. No, I mean, like you can't say that. You can't say that because you're still contributing to people. You're still helping people. I mean, every cent helps out. So, if people out there are saying, oh, I wish I could do more, I feel like I'm not doing enough, you're doing plenty. Like you're really helping out a good cause with this. And
Just sharing
Yeah.
the link. If you can't donate, if you're at a spot where you can't donate money, and don't trust me, I've been in that spot. I've been in
For
that
sure.
spot plenty of times. If you can't donate to the charity, just sharing the link does
100%.
enough. It does enough.
Mhm.
That's all we ask. Is if you can't donate, at least share the link somewhere. That's all we ask for. And if you can't do that, then it's okay. It's fine. And that's
you
all
can
we
tell
ask.
somebody. You can tell somebody about
Yeah.
it. Word of mouth. That's still the way to
Spreading it about.
communicate with people,
At
right?
Elon Musk under their tweet.
Exactly. At Mr. Beast, man. Maybe
I
he'll
mean,
break our goal in one donation. Who knows?
hey, that's not necessarily a bad idea. Just
Like-
saying.
I feel like- I
maybe
think we all- I
maybe
think we all
Kanye
have
won't
Mr.
look so
Beast.
crazy after all.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But like for an example, for sharing around, I do want to give a good shout out to Infernus Vipers because this still is super amazing to me because I was looking through some old Z4C3 hashtags.
Mhm.
He put out a flyer at his local gas station of a QR code and it said Z4CX, a kid again, with a
What?
QR code. With that
Okay.
QR code goes straight to our donation link. And I thought that was awesome. I thought that
Wow,
was super
that's
cool.
yeah, it is awesome.
And just something like that, like if you can't donate, just do something like that is
hmm
above and beyond. It's awesome. I love to see that. Respect to my boy Vipers out there because he's a legend. He definitely
Absolutely.
deserves a shout out for that. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
He's a really nice guy. Met him at ZWC. Really chill dude. Really chill dude.
yeah. So yeah, it's just anything you can do, anything and everything. And Something I do have something written down. Talk about how much this event means so much to me, Zazu, and, you know, everyone that's a part of it. It's just there's a lot that we do with this event. There's a lot that we stress over. We've had arguments, we've had fights, we've had, you know, recollecting, you know, we've had, you know, chill sessions, you know, just we've had all, you know, we basically are a family, is what I like to say. Is us at Z4C is, if you're in Z4C, you're like a part of our family. Where, like, even though we might argue a little bit, we might get into some, you know, some scuttles, you know, some kind of stuff like that. Where we're all, you know, we just kind of think about the event and what it means to us, and, you know, kind of just get over it. So
I feel that.
This event means a lot to. And I bet it means a lot more to Zazu, because Zazu's been running this thing since the very beginning. I kind of started helping around Z4C2, Z4C1. I was like a player. Then Z4C2, I kind of started to slowly help him a little bit. Z4C1, Zazu's been starting this thing since the beginning.
That's incredible. I mean, it really is incredible. You gotta tip your hat to the dedication. You know, I mean, you got people like you in the community who keep the positivity moving forward, and I think that's going to be such an important thing for any community. You just got to keep the positivity moving forward, because it's very easy to get sidetracked, and it's very easy to just kind of fall into the negativity. Even if you're not participating in the negativity and you're just reading it, it can still make you feel negative because you're around that negative thing. Yeah. So I think being around negative things is just not good for you. Not good for your health, number one. No. And number two,
cut that stuff out.
Staying positive is what's going to be really important, especially for the zombies community. So I think, yeah, man, I think moving forward with these things is, hey, like I said, I tip my hat off to you for the dedication and continuing to help the world. So doing the community a service, man. Really appreciate the work that you guys are doing.
Appreciate that. If I had one message for the community, because I know, like, on going through Twitter, I know I use Twitter as a reference point a lot, even though, you know,
I mean,
but it's a good place. It's Twitter. So I say that to say, like, there's a lot of, like, arguments about the game and what direction people would like it to see. At the end of the day, I think what we got to realize is every single person in the community wants zombies to be successful in its own right and enjoyable, no matter what. No matter if you have a differing opinion, we still in some way, even if you disagree, we still want it to be enjoyable and fun and successful in its own right. So that's what I have to say, is just make sure when you're, you know, on Twitter having a discussion, make sure you remember, like, we all want zombies to be successful in its own way. So, you know.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. And Cosmic and I, we've talked about this so many times on the podcast. We're so critical of Vanguard because we want to see it do good. We're so critical of it, and we I don't want to say, like, we're completely negative about it, like everybody.
No, because we identify the positives as well, obviously. Like, we'll give credits for the atmosphere and the story it's trying to build. But then we'll talk about no pause button after, like, 3 months of the game being out. So that's the thing. So, but at the end of the day, we just want the game to do well. That's all it kind of comes down to. We're not going to, like, just shit on the game for the sake of shitting on it, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
I agree. Vanguard's atmosphere and just, like, the way they built, like, the maps are just beautiful. The maps are beautifully built.
They look good.
I think they look really good, but just the gameplay is just.
I mean, you know, I think Terra Maledicta looks better than Duron Fong, but, you know, it's, yeah, I really want them for the Dark Ether to just continue to expand off of the Dark Ether storyline, and just do so even more. Do so even more in Vanguard. Just go completely crazy with it. Do more crazy Dark Ether magic things. Do more crazy things with the entities. Do, like, just go all out here. Just continue to go all out and really establish, oh yeah, this is what happened before Cold War. And then I think by the time we get the final map for Vanguard Zombies, we're definitely going to be like, oh, so this is why XYZ in Cold War. Oh, this is why, like. So I'm looking forward to that. That's the thing that I'm looking forward to. It could just me being overly optimistic, but I don't care. I'm going to be optimistic. So, yeah.
And you say that on Twitter, and then everyone's like, no, it's bad. Stop.
You have an opinion? L ratio, fucking whatever. Like,
L plus ratio plus young boy better. That's just how it is.
Sure, why not? But yeah, man. And then also speaking on Call of Duty a little bit here, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention this on today's episode. No Call of Duty game in 2023.
That's it. The game's dead. The community's dead. We pack our stuff. All right, time to stop. Time to move.
Time to move.
DVC is canceled. That's it.
But really, this is such a huge development because now Treyarch has an extra year to work on the game. Good. And that's exactly what everybody has been saying. Give Treyarch an extra year to work on their game. And Treyarch Zombies is going to be really good, most likely, this upcoming 2024 game. So I don't know, guys. I feel like it'd be fun.
Last time they had time like this, we got BO3.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to build that expectation, but I'm just saying.
No, but it's a good correlation.
It could be a correlation there. So
I'm just saying I'm a lot more excited than sad. I guess that makes sense. Like, oh no, we're not gonna have another Call of Duty next year. Oh, no. I'm a lot more excited. I'm a lot more pumped to see what Treyarch can do with that extra year and that extra time to build what they're doing. The only thing I am worried about is that, because they have this extra year, now other game developers are gonna be like, hey, since you have this extra year, can you send some people down to help us out a little bit in this development department? That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about, like with the Warzone 2 talks and whatever thing they're releasing next year that was supposed to be free to play. I'm scared that they're gonna have Treyarch make that because Treyarch's also got another year, so they got time to help these people out a little bit. So that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about, but. Mainly, I'm optimistic because I want to see them do really good these next couple of years.
Yeah,
I feel like their next game is going to be a banger. I just don't want it to be called Cold War 2 because I think that's a bad name. But
Cold War 2.
No, I just want it to be something different, something new.
It's definitely not going to be Cold War 2. I don't think.
I don't think there's a 2 to the Cold War. I mean, not yet, but
Cold War 2.
Cold War 2 set in 2025 between Russia and the United States. Let's see what happens there.
Or speaking of 2025, what if the next Treyarch game is just Black Ops 2 remastered and it's called Black Ops 2025?
People would be so mad. If the whole game was just like a remake, what?
Dude, I'd be so down though. Hang on, wait a minute. No, hear me out here.
Let's go.
Hear me out here. I would be so down.
There's that one person.
I would be so down for that.
Yay! Well, I'd be down if they had a new game with it though. If they had a new game and then they had BO2 remastered, I'd be fine with that. But if it's just BO2's remade.
Oh, well, no. Here's what I'm saying. You redo BO2 and then you add more to it. So you already you already have BO2 ready to go. You just release everything BO2 had to offer in the game at launch because it's already old content. Just do it at launch. Who cares? Right. And then the DLC cycle is just the continuation of the Dark Aether storyline. Like who cares? I mean, because then you can still separate the Aether storyline and the Aether remasters like Mob of the Dead, Buried, Transit, whatever. You can separate that, and it can still have features like the crafting table, the arsenal, pack punch. Like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because with Zombies Chronicles and remastering old Black Ops 2 maps, Cosmic, you and I talked about this too.
Yeah.
All you need to do for Mob of the Dead on Cold War, arsenal, crafting table, done.
Yeah. Actually.
Now, I have an idea coming off that. How about for the next Treyarch COD game, it's a Black Ops 2 setting, but it has content from various Black Ops games, right? And I don't mean like Black Ops 4 did, where it had 4 launch maps from, older games and that. But it's kind of like a best of all games in one kind of like universe sort of thing, Because I think going forward, obviously, I think they're going to want to keep it so each game has like a 2-year content cycle. So I can imagine that it's going to be a best of Call of Duty. And going to that extent, if we aren't ever going to get a zombies only game mode, then what they could ideally do is for zombie players, since they have that extra time, is, oh yeah, by the way, guys, every map that's been previously in zombies, maybe except like BO4 or something, just to make it a little bit more stretched out, is going to be in this game.
Okay.
At launch. I could see them putting a lot of older content into like this new game and then building on top of that. I want to see new stuff, obviously, though. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to see new content all the time.
Yeah.
Because that we don't get me wrong, remakes are good, but we've already seen like Mob of the Dead, Origins. We've seen that countless times, right? So I think that'd be something I'd be down for. but they'd have to build on top of it.
I can see that.
I personally I'm one of those people that I love, like, I like seeing old maps come back. I like remakes and all that. I just want something completely new.
For sure.
Like Cold War kind of brought that, but they kind of had, they had Noct and Dire Machine. I'm just like, why is Noct there? And they have like, it was mainly new. It was mainly new stuff. That's why I enjoyed Cold War a little bit more than some other, Obviously, Outbreak could have, made different maps, because, those maps were straight from Fireteam. Because I played Fireteam a lot, and I was like, this is kind of strange going from that to playing it in Zombies now.
I think the Fireteam maps do work pretty well in Outbreak, though. I gotta say.
I agree. I just wish they at least tweaked it to where it seemed like it was Zombies, because it felt like I was just jumping into the Fireteam map, and then there's zombies around.
Yeah,
like, I'm kind of glad. Yeah, and it's just. They had that one map that was special to Outbreak, and it was a lot more, zombie oriented. But I just hope this year, if they do bring back Outbreak, that they get a lot more time, add zombie specific things to it. And it would also be really cool to see. And I've been thinking about this I think everyone's been thinking about this for a while. Old Zombies maps as multiplayer maps. That'd be sick.
100%.
That'd be sick.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Like imagine Kino as a multiplayer map.
That'd be fun.
That'd be awesome. Or,
I think some of the sites and that'd be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, or Mom's kind of already a multiplayer map. It's
Rebirth.
It's Rebirth, but Die Rise would be really funny. That would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that would be.
Transit would be hilarious too.
Could you imagine Search and Destroy on Die Rise, where you don't even have to kill anybody; they all just fall off the building? You win 6-0 without getting a kill.
Oh, that'd be so funny. And then there could be like mini Easter eggs in the multiplayer maps. Like I think that'd be a really cool thing. That's something they should have done a long time ago. And they kind of did that in BO4 with the one Der Eisendrock map. Yeah, you could see it in the distance. Like, oh look, the castle's up there. But it's a completely new map, which I enjoyed. I thought it was a really cool. idea.
Yeah,
but I just want them to
remember the museum too.
Maps. Oh yeah,
Remnant?
I forgot about that.
That was just a
really
zombies
cool.
museum with Varuk to Voyage, Transit. Like, there are all these iconic areas. Moon was there too. Yeah.
I just think they got used to having these zombie maps like back in the day, World at War, Varuk, Nocturne and Toten. They were both multiplayer maps, or they were in multiplayer maps. I think it was Airfield. I think Noct was in.
Yeah.
And then Varuk, I think it was called Asylum. I'm not sure.
Something like that.
But something like that. But I think Varuk was a complete multiplayer map. Like the entire map was a multiplayer map, even like the outside. And Nocturne and Toten was included in this Airfield map, and that was before like they knew zombies was going to blow up.
Yeah.
But like just having that, like having little hints to zombies maps, kind of like that, is really cool. That I think a lot of people would kind of get the subtle hint to. Like imagine if like you're playing a game, then you kind of notice, oh wait, this is Doris. Like the layout.
Yeah.
I kind of noticed the layout. My dog woke up, but you can see like the subtle nods to the zombies. And, like maybe you walk around and like if there is a Doris multiplayer map, you go to the furnace and you see there's a burnt monkey bomb in there. Like that'd be kind of cool little subtle hints to the zombies community that can also be in multiplayer.
Yeah,
kind of combine the two communities. And like even multiplayer people would be like, "Oh, I know this map.
Yeah,
I know what this is."
Yeah,
so it'd be like the cool little subtle details and subtle hints that they could include. It'd be kind of really
I think taking it one step further is if anyone recalls back in Ghosts season, like main DLC season, it had custom kill streaks. So on each a lot of the DLC
that was so cool.
If you got one of them field upgrade things and then did like the challenge, you'd have a custom kill streak that only happened in that map. So for one map, there was like Yetis that came out and killed people. Other map, it was ghosts.
What the heck?
A wide variety. Ghost was crazy in the DLC season.
Ghost was really good, dude. I think that game was way overlooked.
I mean, you got to be Michael Myers in one of the maps.
Oh shit!
You literally could pick it up and be Michael Myers, and you can hear the music, and he walks around. It was.
Oh, that's cool as hell.
Yeah,
it was super cool.
Taking it one step further, right? If they were to make this new card, and let's say it had zombie maps, I think having this field, it's called a field. I'm pretty sure they're called field upgrades in Ghosts, but having it so you can get map-specific kill streaks, right? For a zombie map, you could have it that a bunch of zombies just came out and attacked the enemy team.
That's cool.
I think that'd be such a or for example as
Margwa.
well. Margwa. A Margwa.
Imagine being
Or-
playing multiplayer and just hearing the
Dude.
Margwa spawn noise and looking behind you and
Oh.
seeing Margwa. I'd
you
freak
get to
out.
be the you get to be the Margwa.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that'd
get
be
to be the
sick.
Margwa.
Or like, you know how we got the flame knot in Vanguard, right? It's the Panzer suit with the flamethrower, and that's like the
Oh
flame
my
knot on
God.
that
Oh,
map.
that'd be
That'd be
cute.
cool as
Oh,
hell.
that'd be so
And that-
sick.
And then what else you could kind of like thing into it as well was in some of the Ghost maps, there was certain weapons you could unlock, like the Venom X. You could get that on the remake of Dome. I can't remember how exactly. I think you had to shoot something and it would drop down and you could pick it up. In a way, if you had like a map like Doris or something, you could have a Wonderwall on the map, and there's some way to access it. And let's say it only had like 3 shots, right? Because that'd be really overpowered if it had like a fully loaded. But that's another fun thing they could do with it as well, like making it so each map had like its own personality, little gimmicks
That'd be
here and
cool.
there, making it so you
to
want to go back.
multiplayer.
Yeah, bring the ray gun to multiplayer.
Hey, I know there's a lot of mods out there that do that exact thing, but it'd be cool to see it in practice in the actual game. For sure. But the other thing that'd be kind of funny too to see is with the Call of Duty League, right? Where you have, all right, guys, now we get to play Hardpoint on Kino der Toten, and it's like the pros are like slide jumping around Kino, and they're like doing all that shit. I think that'd be fun to watch. That'd be
That
really
would be.
cool.
I think that'd be very fun. I think it would definitely celebrate the zombies community in multiplayer, because I know me as a zombies player, I don't think where zombies is represented that much in multiplayer. Like what I
Not
like,
really, no.
or what I thought about like BO3. An example is BO3 multiplayer and zombies are super separate.
Yeah.
Like if you were to play zombies on BO3 and then play multiplayer, you think it's a completely different game.
For sure.
Like there's nothing that kind of combines the two and kind of melds them and kind of celebrates each other. That's why kind of Cold War kind of did. They brought the multiplayer map, or not the map, the mini map, the multiplayer mini map to zombies. They had the kill streaks and stuff. They put that in zombies to kind of celebrate the multiplayer. But I felt like in multiplayer they didn't do anything for zombies to celebrate zombies.
I mean, think about it this way too. You literally have an entire game mode, Onslaught, that is literally the multiplayer maps in zombies.
That is
true. I mean, I think the other way around, to reciprocate that for
having more zombies in multiplayer.
Firebase Z is a multiplayer map. Malware der Toten is a multiplayer map. Like that could have been really cool.
Yeah,
But,
that would have been really neat.
as someone who likes Onslaught,
the ray gun thing.
Oh, right. Or like you have Easter egg quests on multiplayer maps too. And it's like, okay, now are we all going to kill each other, or are we all going to do the Easter egg on this multiplayer map?
Speedrunning in public games.
Speedrunning in public games. Dude.
The one guy on the mic on your team's like, all right, guys, let's do the Easter egg. Don't kill each other. The one guy. Everyone's just going at it at each other. And you're like, guys, stop. Anyone got a mic, guys?
Oh, man.
Something they need to bring back is the community challenge effort thing they did in BO3.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great.
For sure. I feel like there's nothing that has happened like that in a while.
No.
I know World War II is very good at that. Something that I feel like I know Fortnite, but Fortnite's done that a lot recently, where they've had like polls that you can go to in game to vote on what gun you want to bring back next. They've done stuff like that, where like you can also do community challenge where back in BO3 I feel like that was super cool. Where like
if the community
gets enough headshots, we get a camo. And the camo was like some camo that not much people had, but if you got it, then you'd be like, oh, yeah, we have this camo. Yep. And the only way to get the camo is you have to actually help in the challenge. So, like, say you play BO3 multiplayer only, and then the challenge is to get headshot kills and zombies, and then you just don't do it. You wouldn't get the camo because you didn't help. But the people that did would get the camo because they deserve it, because they actually put in effort to help towards that goal. So I think something like that would just be so cool. So cool, just to bring the community back, to help meld the community back together, because I feel like we're so separated right now. I feel like the community is super it's separated to they should bring back how it was in old games, or the Cold War was good, let's just keep it how Cold War is doing it. These sides are kind of fighting. Why don't we just all come together? Something like that.
Definitely. And I think the community could definitely benefit from something like that, because I remember as well, Minecraft does their community votes too. What mob do you guys want to see added in the next update? So, it could be along the lines of, What kind of new enemy would you like to see in the next game? What kind of wonder weapon would you like to see in the next game? Guys, do we bring back the Mark II or do we bring back the Blundergat? You decide. You know, like kind of a, I don't know, kind of a fun little thing like that. I really like that idea. That'd be cool.
Right.
Yeah,
really
it'd be real fun. All I'm saying is I'd like to play as a Parasite in MP. That's what I'm gonna say.
Ooh. That'd be kind of interesting.
Instead of the RCXD, it's a Parasite, and you're flying around just spitting at people.
Or like spider bait.
A Parasite. Oh my god! I couldn't imagine. Imagine playing Vanguard multiplayer. Like you're on Dome or something, and you're at like you're one off a nuclear, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to get this last kill. You get killed by a freaking Parasite.
You get killed by a bug.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Or those like meatball things, just boom.
I mean, those are the raps, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What do you think the
That's
most
true.
annoying boss would be in multiplayer if someone could control it? I mean, the
Krampus.
Thrasher. I think not him, no. But I know you don't like him. I think the Thrasher would be annoying just because you can consume people.
Oh, for sure.
I think the Panzer with the shockwave, the Risendrock Panzer with the shockwave.
That's a good call.
Because imagine trying to run away and you just sit in place. You can't move.
Yeah.
I can't move, and then you just destroy it. You're done.
Oh, you know what would be so
It's like the shock
funny
charges.
to do? Speaking of electrocuting people, it'd be so funny to do if Kino was a multiplayer map. You go through the electric trap when someone's chasing you, just electrocute them with the electric trap.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That'd be
having a
so
whole
funny.
dynamic in it as well, like where you can get points and then use traps, or maybe they have like certain cooldowns. But that's again with the custom kill streaks.
We
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
We need interactive maps.
True.
Again, calling back to Ghost. Ghost did this amazingly. Like there was a map in Ghost. I remember playing Infected, where if you shoot this bus that's hanging off the ledge,
It falls.
if you shoot it, the whole bus falls off the edge.
Wow.
So like
Yeah.
I remember everyone used to hide in that bus. And as an infected person, you just throw a tomahawk, the whole bus falls, and you get like 8 kills. It's insane.
That's
but
funny.
You
It was
remember
so cool.
Strike Zone? Strike Zone, the map with the hot dog on it.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh
I do.
yeah, I do remember
Yeah.
that map.
I don't.
Well, that was well, Jason. I know you didn't play too much Ghost, but
I
with some
really
maps
didn't.
as well. What would happen is, what in Ghost at least is the nuke would go off, right? So you got your chem strike, and it would completely change the map after it. So
Yeah.
Strike Zone. Strike Zone
Yeah.
was this map where it had like a hot dog on it, and it's one of the campaign missions as well. But it was a really good map. They brought it back in Infinite Warfare, and they called it. It was that map that I can't remember what. It's one of the base maps in Infinite Warfare for multiplayer. But
Right.
essentially, it was this giant building. You get the nuke, it destroys it all, and it completely changes the map. It's still the same
there's
rough
no
flow.
holes.
Yeah, there's no holes.
Yeah,
It's just
there's
pretty
no-
much completely flat. There's not. It's all destroyed. I
Wow.
think maps that do that as well, because it gives you a desire to really try and earn them kill streaks, because you want to see this affect everyone in the game.
Yeah.
Dude, love or hate Ghost, it was the most interactive Call of Duty I think we've ever had. It was the most map interactive. There's literally a map that a random event could happen. I remember dying by this and being pissed off. I was on a good streak, and this is a long time ago, but there's a map where literally a random earthquake can happen at any time.
Really?
An earthquake can happen, and it splits a little thing, and it hits a light pole, and the light pole can fall over and kill
Yes.
somebody.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
it
killed me. Like literally, I didn't know what was happening. I was walking. I was kind of like trying to sneak around. I got smushed by a light pole. I was like, "What just happened?" And the whole map
Wow.
literally shakes. The Ghost was so good. It was way
I
too
think
What the
I
hell?
think for a lot. I think a lot of the base maps in Ghost, they all had like something that would happen that would interact differently. I remember there was one where you're in a facility and it wasn't massive, but it just made the building all like smoky, like foggy. Because
right.
I think it's like the heat or something, and make it so there's steam everywhere, so you couldn't see other players. But then if you had a thermoclass, you'd be like doing so well
Interesting.
because you could see stuff. But like
Yeah,
I feel like
the maps are
things
so
like that,
interactive. So cool.
I know. The biggest problem Ghost had was the maps. I feel like at launch, and with the DLC cycle, they fixed that. They completely fixed it because all the DLC maps are pretty good. So if they launched a few more of the DLC maps, I feel like the game would have done a lot better. No,
Man,
Ghost is underrated. They should remaster
It
it.
sounds like I should have played more Ghosts back in the day.
Yeah.
I just really didn't.
I love it. Didn't know.
I played the campaign. I played a little bit of Extinction, and then I just kind of put it to rest and went back to Black Ops 2. So
That's what most people did though. Like
mean,
even me to a certain
damn.
extent. The only reason I played more Ghosts was because it was my second COD. Because Black Ops 2 was the first COD I played.
Oh, okay.
And I enjoyed Ghosts for what it was for the multiplayer. And that's when I really started getting like invested into playing it. But that's the only reason I played a lot of Ghosts, and that's probably why I'm really like nostalgic towards it. But
Okay.
Right. Like I know in one of the castle maps, I think it was Stronghold. I think it was called like the really wide open map. Everyone hated it, but
yeah,
there's
Stonehaven.
Stonehaven. That's what it is. Not
Yeah.
Stronghold. Yeah, Stonehaven. But there's a button you can click on the castle that uppered and lowered the doors.
Yeah,
and like you could kill
Interesting.
people because people will try to run and try to slide under the doors.
Oh,
and
so
boom,
Durazin
right on their head. Basically, yeah. So the doors are lower. I think we need something like that in multiplayer maps that just make the maps feel like they are actually alive
Actually,
and not
like-
just assets you're running on, because like they just don't feel alive at all anymore.
we remember we talked about Der Schatten earlier in the episode. There was a mechanic on that.
I had the finger,
The
didn't
claw,
it?
the hand, the robot's hand. You could go into the head of the robot, and you could see over the lane where people would run through, and you could use the robot's claw to pincer people.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's cool. Yeah, we need more like that. We need more stuff like that. Just makes the maps feel alive, and it makes the maps
Like
feel
something
like they're
unique about all of them.
interactive. Mhm.
Yeah.
Something
100%.
unique.
That-
Definitely. Like I know
That's-
Battlefield did that
And if
too.
I'm not mistaken, too, also
I
on
remember that
Remnant,
too.
the Zombies Museum, you could interact with like a computer in front of the transit bus, and Ted would just start talking to you. If
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think-
mistaken, that was something else that could happen. So
I think that was as well.
yeah, it was like he was
but
like giving you a tour, right?
yeah.
He was like, "Oh yes,
There's a-
you know, this is the thing, and you're in a museum or whatever." Like I don't know, it was
Yeah.
something crazy like that.
I feel like that if it could go back to the extent of the way Ghost did it, the maps would feel like they had so much
Amazing.
more personality to it. Because a lot of maps, I think it's hard for COD to make it so each map has a bit of personality in it because they've made so many, obviously. Yeah, I mean, Ghost had a lot of hidden gems and things behind it. Like for example, there's that ammo
Sounds like
crate
it.
thing where you could throw an ammo crate down and it give you a random weapon, right? And you die a few times. If you died, you could go pick up a new weapon. There was a death machine hidden in there. So the death machine wasn't a kill streak in the game, but this little as a support streak. Where
That's
you
interesting.
Throw it down, and it gave you a random weapon, random attachments. You had like a 5% chance of getting a death machine, and the death machine was overpowered. But like,
Damn.
it just I want a little bit like that flavor in like the next COD, maybe Modern Warfare 2, maybe the next Black Ops game. I feel like it just benefited it a lot, and yeah, I feel like for competitive scenes as well, it'd make things a
Yeah.
lot more interesting if they allowed stuff like that to happen. Probably not. They probably want to make it so it was as balanced and fair.
Yeah,
as
I
possible.
mean, you
Because
know,
if you
would
got
still
a
be
map
fun,
kill
but-
streak, yeah, if you got a map kill streak and a bunch of Yetis came out and started killing everyone, I don't think that's that fair, to be honest. So
oh,
I
could you
would like to
imagine?
hear Snoop Dogg again being my announcer. So
that was awesome.
I
that was so
mean,
cool.
he's
if
coming to
you-
Vanguard. He's coming to Vanguard, isn't he?
Maybe
Vanguard
Yeah,
operator.
I'm
He's
pretty
gonna be a
sure,
Vanguard
yeah.
operator.
it might be.
Yeah.
If what people say is true, I mean, I take that with a grain of salt, right? But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's all rumors, right? It's all rumors. We don't know.
I
if it's
remember
confirmed.
in Infinite Warfare when you could change who speaks like the score streaks thing. I remember I bought the grandma one.
Oh, the grandma one.
So
What
when
the
you got
hell?
when you got UAV, like, watch out, Sonny. There's a UAV above you. It's so funny.
That's
It
great.
just makes the game so much more fun to play, and it makes the game so different too. Because it's
For
like
sure.
everything from watch out, honey. There's 5 minutes left in the time, or the enemies are getting close. You gotta go stop the enemies. You're getting close to winning. Just stuff like that just makes it so much more better. It makes it so much more fun.
Hey, maybe a zombies announcer pack would be funny, right? With,
Yeah, that would be great.
something.
Like Brutus.
Have a Richtofen announcer.
Yeah, bring it. Throw
Watch
back
out,
to
Sonny.
BO2.
Watch out, dude. There's a UAV upstairs.
Something like that.
It'd be hilarious.
That'd be
It'd so
great.
good.
I mean, hey, well, it sounds like overall I should have played more Ghosts, and maybe I will soon, and see if I can enjoy it still,
For
and see
sure.
if there's anybody online.
It's
But,
pretty hard. It's gonna be pretty difficult to find people.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty difficult.
I
to find
know.
people.
I know. Cosmic was saying we should go play some Extinction pretty soon, but
Oh, absolutely. I would love to play Extinction.
try that out. Give it a chance. we'll give it more of a chance because I played it before and I didn't think it was bad. I don't know. I just prefer
I think
zombies, but hey, maybe
going
my
back
mind
to
can be
it-
changed. Who knows?
Going back to it and playing through all the maps, I think your opinion will change.
Okay.
I
Well,
think your opinion will-
that would be fun then. It'd see things in a more positive light and see things in a more, oh hey, this is new and interesting kind of a way. Because yeah, it's been however many years since I played Ghost, so yeah, for sure, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we had a very productive episode of this podcast. We talked about Z4C, we talked about Ghost, we talked about the community. I think we had a very productive episode of this podcast. And, huge thank you to Caleb and Zazu for coming on this podcast and sharing some stuff. Glad we were able to break the news to the community that things are happening and some of the breaking news that you're able to share today. And I think I can speak for everybody in the community when I say definitely looking to hearing more.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, really appreciate the opportunity on here.
Hey, our pleasure, man. Well,
Absolutely.
if there's anything else that all three of you would like to say before we close off the podcast, go for it now. Starting with Cosmic, what do you have to say before we go?
Just thank you guys for coming on and talking about us, because obviously we took part in the last one and we thought it was, well, Jason announced for it and I took part in it. I thought it was really, really fun, and to hear that another one's happening and it's in the works already, it's exciting to me, and it gives me a lot of joy that you came on to kind of share it with us. So
100%.
yeah, we're really looking forward to it and seeing how it kind of unfolds.
All right, Caleb, what do you have to say?
Thank you guys for inviting us on here and having us share a lot of stuff that we've been working on. Thank you guys for being, just amazing people, and taking part last year, obviously being a huge help. And share that donation link in the description. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely. Zazu, what do you have to say?
Well, what Caleb said, thanks for having us on. It's awesome, but also make sure to spread love and positivity. Keep the positivity, because that's important. You don't want that negative stuff influencing you, because that
100%.
will throw you off track, and it's hard to handle. So make sure you love yourself, and that's all I got to say.
There you go. Well said, man. Well, thank you, everybody, so much for watching this special episode of the podcast. What was your favorite part? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. And with that said, make sure you check out all the links down below in the description so you stay up to date with everything that we do, Z4C does, and the donation link as well. So with that said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, depending on where you are in this crazy world. We will see you all on another episode of the Division Z podcast very soon. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.